I want to say hello to everyone. Welcome at the 28th session Danube Networkers invite Come Together, connecting people in the time of Corona by culture. My name is Ana Zlibuț. I am from Timișoara, capital of Banat in the western part of Romania. I'm the first vice president of the association, the Writers League Timișoara Banat branch, and general secretary of the association, Danube Networkers for Europe. I'm very happy to be today with you and to moderate this session. This session is the sixth session organized by the Writers League Timișoara Banat branch in cooperation with Institute Eloy. And I would like to say that this Sunday you will be delighted with the love songs performed by contributors from Romania and Bulgaria. You will be captivated by the tricks performed by a musician from Germany. You will travel to England to learn about the chocolate box houses, and in Bulgaria to discover the mummers game. I hope that you will have an interesting time this Sunday. And now I will give the floor to the President of Institute Eloy and President of Danube Networkers for Europe, Carmen Stadelhofer.
Thank you, Anna, and a very warm welcome to all of you. I'm very glad to see so a lot of friends and to see also some new friends in this evening session. And I'm very delighted about the program. I hope that all will technically functioning well, and that we will have a lot of fun. And many greetings from all our team in Ulm. First, we will start with a Padlet, just to make known where we are living and where we are coming from. And now I will ask Raphael. She is our technician this evening and help her as often to explain what to do.
So, hello everyone, good evening. So after I stop sharing my screen, I will put in the chat a link. Actually I can just send it now you get a link now in the chat. And when you click on the link, you get this very interactive map. And we would like to know today where everyone is at the moment. Oh, we see already that some people already know how it works. So for those that don't know, you just have to click on the plus button on the upper right side and choose the city where you are. So I'm in Ulm, Germany at the moment. So I just click on it and then it appears on the screen. You can choose also to maybe write your name below and then it stays there like this. You can see that there's a lot of people actually in Ulm 3. And then we can see where everyone is coming from. So you just have to click. Yes, very nice. I see that is working. Click in the chat so that we can have an overview where everybody's coming from. And then on the plus sign to add the city where you are at the moment. So people, Germany, Romania. Oh, there's a big line somehow. Nice. Birmingham. And now we can see, even though we are very far away from each other, we are still connecting through Zoom and we are able to be together tonight.
Yes, we are 35 participants, and we are very grateful that you are writing where are you from, because we are from many places.
Yes, we can see on the map. It's really spread, but mostly.
I'm missing France, Vincent. You mark it. You are so far away.
I cannot connect.
Because he's coming from
Bretagne,
Vannes. It's very in the very west of of France.
Is it not working or?
No, I cannot connect with. Sorry.
Jesus.
Just to repeat one more time, you have to click on the plus sign.
Ah,
After that, you will put place one,
for example,
okay.
France, yes.
and then you click on it.
Yes.
I won't do it now because you are the one that is there and not us.
Also, we have participants from Sofia, from Bulgaria.
Mm-hmm. It's not appearing just yet. Oh, this line.
How many are in now, Rafael?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Oh, I can.
I don't know, 20 maybe.
So we are missing a lot. So perhaps we will explain next time once more, and we will continue because not all are able or willing to.
Maybe it doesn't work for all. It does not work for me, for example. I just try to hit the plus and there is just nothing.
There's nothing.
Okay.
You don't see the.
No, I can see when you do it, but it does not work if I click on plus.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, you're coming
So
from Van. I can add you
This
like this. And
is
what's your
fun.
name? What was the name? Vincent. Vincent. Vincent.
Yes.
Okay, here you are.
Very
Okay,
fine.
thank you so much.
But nevertheless, I think we will go forward for not to lose too much time. But normally we can have a look and we can see that we are coming from so widespread area in Europe. Thank you for participating.
Now I will present you the program. The program will start with a very nice song, Sub Mer, in English, Under the Apple Trees, a song performed by Alexandru Coman from Cluj-Napoca. After that, Oriol Henley from England will present us England's chocolate box cottages. After that, Carmen Stadelhofer will take an interview to the magician from Ulm, to Klaus-Peter Kuhn, who also will perform some tricks for us. Then Donka Velikova from Ruse will sing a song, I Love My Neighbor. From Sofia, Bulgaria, we will have a presentation performed by Ivanka Baltova about Mummers game, an ancient game from Bulgaria. And in the end, we will have a traditional love song, Romanță from Romania, Să-mi dai scrisorile înapoi, in English, Give me the letters back. So, as I said before, the first song will come from Cluj-Napoca, Cluj-Napoca in Romania. The singer will be Alexandru Coman, who is a volunteer at the Day Elderly Center #1 in Cluj-Napoca, center led by Mihaela Markovic. And I want to tell you that Alexandru will sing the song Sub Mer, Under the Apple Trees, on the lyrics by a Romanian avant-garde poet, Ion Minulescu. And I would like to quote some lyrics. The apples were shaking, the whole path seemed snowy, and in the endless peace of the evening, one star fell, detached, shy. I was holding your hand, and you listened to me. I was telling you a tale about a fairy loved by a prince. And now I give the floor to Alexandru.
Thank you. Se scuturau de floare în merii cărarea întreagă, părea ninsă și nesfârșita pacea serii câte o stea cădea desprinsă, sfiul său te țineam de mână, iar tu mă ascultai, vrăjită îți povesteam un vas cu sână ce de un prinț era îndrăcită. Și tu stăteai așa vrăjită de așa poveste minunată când printre merii înfloriți ne-am sărutat întâia dată, trecutau ani de atunci mulți și printre meri răsare luna. De ce nu vii să mai asculți, să spun povestea cea cu zâna? Oh, 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 Thank you very much.
Bravo, bravo, Alexandru Coman. A very nice voice and a lovely song. Thank you from my heart. It was a touching love song from Romania. Congratulations. And after this very nice song from Cluj-Napoca, we will pass to the second subject. We will go to England and we will see very nice cottages, England's chocolate box cottages, and this presentation will be performed by Oriol. Oriol, you have the floor.
Oh, thank you. Before the presentation starts, I thought I'd tell you, Pershore, where I live, is a small market town of 8,000 people, 75 kilometers southwest of Birmingham, so in the middle of England, and we live in a rural area. The little village of Wick that I mentioned near me is just 3 kilometers from where I live, and all of the houses I have photographed as we've been out walking and cycling during COVID, because you can't go very far. So they're all quite local to me. So if you'd like to share the screen, Gabriella? Oh, Raffaella, sorry. England is well known for its chocolate box cottages, but what exactly does that mean? The term chocolate box originated in late Victorian times, describing houses which are appealing and picturesque. But the expression became very popular in the 1950s when our famous chocolate manufacturer Cadbury's printed these charming scenes on their boxes of chocolates. They also included scenes from their model village of Bournville, built in the late Victorian period by George Cadbury. Bournville's high-quality houses were constructed for the workers of Cadbury's nearby factory, as well as other families from the back streets of industrial Birmingham. These charming cottages are scattered all over our country, and there are many in the countryside where I live. They were always built from natural local resources: stone, timber, straw, bricks, and tiles. They have stone floors downstairs and wooden floors upstairs. What makes such a cottage? Often a thatched roof made from straw, reed, or heather, which is uniquely British, and they are very thick. And every thatcher has his own signature. Look carefully at the roof and you can see a squirrel, a bird, or an animal. Are the pictures not going on? It's not these, they're not going
So
fast.
it seems like it's stopped. I'm just going to manually do it.
Okay, thank you.
Show me if am I supposed to go on?
Yes, but just a little bit in between each one. Sorry.
Oh, good.
Chimneys may be tall and made from local bricks. Timber frame buildings are whitewashed or use local bricks, may have leaded windows, and many have solid wood doors. Next one. Flowers and trees are important. Next. Thank you. Especially roses and wisteria, and natural cottage gardens, flowers grow randomly. Nestled in the countryside, there is usually a village green and a babbling brook nearby, and they are often built a post box. Next one. There's the post box. Next. Wick is a tiny village 3 kilometers from my house with many of these beautiful cottages. Some date back to the 14th century and have a timber frame of rectangles, not squares, with thatched roofs. Spaces in the frame still have wattle and daub filling, but some are brick rendered with lime mortar. Tar was used to preserve the wood, giving cottages their famous black and white character appearance, and they are still painted black. The 16th century dairy farm, this one, is square patterned with a tiled roof. The barn is attached to the main house with internal access between them. Next. The dairy is at the far end and it is now 5 individual cottages. But one early medieval building is particularly unusual and rare. It is called a crook frame building and is quite unique. 2 curved timbers are split from one tree, rising from the floor and joined at the top, making one end of a frame. A second crook frame, next, is erected at the other end, and they are joined by a long beam, so making a secure structure. Next. The original 16th century Wick house has a chapel and tomb at the rear, but it was renovated in the 20th century, and although very beautiful, it is not quite as authentic like the other genuine cottages and buildings. Next, but a beautiful little village to visit. There are many such charming cottages all across the country. Some are famous and big tourist spots, but you can find individual dwellings anywhere when you leave the main roads and venture into tiny rural areas. They are absolutely delightful homes. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariel. Thank you for your very interesting presentation. I really loved that houses, that chocolate box cottages. They are very lovely, and maybe sometime I will come to visit because they are very charming. Thank you again.
Please do.
Thank you. Thank you again. It was a very nice trip to England and to see that charming cottages. Thank you. And now, Carmen, if you would like to tell us some words about Klaus Peter Kuhn.
Yes, here I am, and I'm very glad to present Klaus Peter Kuhn. He is in real life is a professor for mathematics and physics, and I think he can tell a lot about these matters and about others. But this evening we have a special reason to present him, because in his free time he is, how to say, magic. What is this? And so my first question will be to Klaus Peter. The word magic is fascinating, all of us. What do you understand by this?
Well, magic is not what is in English called witchcraft or something like this. So magic means we are working with our senses. We are, let's say, we are deluding what people see, and we are, let's say, it's a game, it's a psychological game, and it's some kind of art, like painting or like dancing or like acting. So I'm acting like a magician, and of course there is no witchcraft behind it.
So we will see. As far as I know, you are doing magic things since your childhood, very early youth. What brought you to it?
Well, it was more or less by chance. I got a magic box, a magic tool set in what we call in German a Zauberkasten, which is the usual starting point. I made some tricks out of this, and obviously I was fascinated by this, being able to do things that other people cannot do and do not understand. And of course I was lucky, because when I did some of the tricks out of this magic box, in a school event where it was a disco, where I was an additional event, and just by chance, the one who helped the disc jockey was a member of the magic circle and a magician. And after my performance, he came to the stage and he gave me some tricks and he told me some of his secrets and he recommended some books to me, and I started to try those books. I worked for 2 years before I really was encouraged enough to go back to this club and perform some tricks. And one of the things I did, they were surprised because they could not do it, was something like, you see here, I was able to let a card just disappear out of thin air and get it back like this. And so this was the starting point. And after this, I got a member of the Magic Circle, which is now more than 40 years ago. And of course, you learn you learn to know many other magicians. You go to Congress. There are magic dealers where you can buy some of the tricks, and so you just perform it. And yes, it's fun. And as a student, I also made some money with it. So I've always had enough money as a student because I could perform in my spare time and show some tricks.
Klaus-Peter, what for a nice story. And I'm sure in your youth, you impressed a lot of people, but especially young girls with your tricks.
Well, maybe that was also one of the effects. To be honest, I was a bit shy when I was a teenager, and so magic and performing magic helped me in, let's say, make presentations in public and talk in public and just articulate. So I think this was some practice which helped for the rest of the life by just giving the chance to lose shyness and to get a bit more self-confident and some standing in public.
Oh, this is a very nice idea, also for youngers in our days. But I can't imagine how you do it. I think you have a lot of practice, because I'm also every time wondering, disappearing, it reappears, and we will see later. But let me know, magicians are existing in all our European countries or in other continents, or where is the center of this magic art?
Well, let's say 100 years ago, the center was Europe, or it spread 150 years ago, the center was Europe, and it spread to the United States, where there was always the bigger business and the bigger shows. So 100 years ago, America and Europe were the big places, but now it's spread all over the world. For example, if I look, there is an international, originally French, but it's a big international group of magicians, the FISM, Fédération Internationale des Magiciens, and they make a big congress every 3 years. And the winners of this congress, I just had them on my mobile. They give a Grand Prix for stage magic, and the winner was Miguel Munoz, who is a Spanish guy. And for manipulation, the art with the hands, there is Anha Lim from South Korea. And in mental magic, which is, let's say, reading your mind and all the tricks that have to do with reading mind and finding ideas of people, or letting, let's say, which is a bit like ghosts or something like this. There is the second prize was Luca and Anka from Romania, and there is Taiwan. One winner was from Taiwan, from China. Spain is still very great, and Axel Hecklau, for example, is with like funny magic. He's from Germany, so it's now worldwide. A very nice magician who does beautiful tricks on internet in YouTube videos is Cyril Takayama. So if somebody wants to Google or find this on YouTube, Cyril Takayama from Japan. He is, let's say, he lets the crocodile on a Lacoste t-shirt disappear, and the real crocodile comes out of the. So it's Hans Glock from the Netherlands. Darren Brown is a very famous magic performer for mental magic. I think the people from England and from Britain know him from TV shows. Darren Brown, the Ehrlich brothers in Germany, and of course USA. Now David Copperfield is perhaps the most famous one because he made a big tour in former times, but they died recently. Was Siegfried and Roy, or Lance Burgeon is a famous performer from Las Vegas. So it's really all over Europe, all over the world.
You have a long list of very interesting persons, and I think it would be very nice to have a look, the possibility to have a whole presentation of all of them, or at least one.
It would take hours, maybe.
But I had the impression that you always named men. It's right.
Yes, you're right, because women do not have don't play that big role. Only their biggest role is as assistants, but there are a few exceptions, a few really world famous, at least among magicians, world famous women magicians. I'd like to name Irene Larsen. She's originally from Germany, but went to America, married a magician, and together with her husband, she founded a big magic club, a famous magic club, and a very special, and only for. Well, you have to pay a lot of money if you want to get there. It's together with her husband, the Magic Castle in Hollywood, where really important performers perform. And she had, in her younger days, a very nice appearance as Princess Irene. And only a few of them. There's one other who performed in American TV, but let's say 90% or 95% of the magicians are men.
Men. So now we are very curious to see some of your how to say wonders. Let us see and let us admire.
Okay, so I'll try to show something I can do on camera. I just have to readjust my camera a bit, because you have to see it, and 5 seconds. So,
do we have some other magician between us? We don't know. Let us know by chat if you are.
So, okay, this should be mainly the table now. Okay, you can see the hands. The contrast is perhaps not good enough. I'll try my best what I can do. What I start with is a little story. Is it better with this light? So the light changed since I did the last camera check. Okay, but this should be visible enough. This is, of course, as you can see, an apple. Unfortunately, during Corona times, we are sitting at home, we are eating too much, we are drinking too much, and we have not enough exercise. So I thought sometimes it's a good idea to use an apple someday or another. As the old saying is, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. So it's healthy. And to make it even more healthy, I thought, okay, I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4 apples. And those 4 apples remind me to live more healthy and to live better. And of course, as I am a magician, I have one of the main attributes of a magician, the top hat on one of the cards. And I put the top hat here. Did you see where the top hat is? Could you watch the whole thing? Let's see. Yes, it's on the bottom, you are right. But to be fair, you could have said anything, because on every of the 4 cards, I have a top hat. So now let's start with the magic. What comes in your mind when you hear magic, magician, top hat? What is the next idea you get from this? Of course, it's a rabbit. And this is Bunny, my magical rabbit. And magical rabbits live in the hat, so they don't live in a stable or something like this. They live in a hat, and it's a very nice place for them to stay in such a hat. And in order to be able to follow this, because you now have to follow Bunny, my rabbit, I'll turn the other cards around so that the apple is on the upside. And now please watch carefully where Bunny is hiding. I put an apple on top. Where is Bunny? Could you see? Yes, of course, it's on second place. So I put another apple on top. Where is Bunny? Bunny is, of course, third from top. But now watch closely. If I make some noise and I make some frightening noise like whoop, you will see, oops, Bunny disappeared and is suddenly in the hat and out of sight. So if we turn this card around, we can see there are again, as from the beginning, 1, 2, 3, 4 apples and no Bunny. But where is Bunny? Obviously, Bunny is hiding. I frightened him, but let's look for him. Bunny, Bunny, where are you? Bunny, where are you? Bunny, oh, and Bunny obviously hid it on the bottom of my card box, just on the very bottom. And why did he hide? Not only because he was afraid, he was also hiding because of bad conscience. Obviously he feels some kind of guilty. Look here, the tooth. Obviously he has some guilty conscience, and he has a good reason for that, because while he was on bottom, he was eating the apple.
Oh, thank you, Klaus-Peter. This was really funny with your bunny.
So one more, perhaps something about permeation. As you know, the atoms and the atoms in every material, there's a lot of space between them, and so it's if you are able to do some magic, you can use this space to permeate materials. And I will show you some kind of permeation. What do we use? Ah, yes, this one is a nice one. This is, as you can see, oh well, it looks a bit like some kind of guillotine, huh? And we'll try some penetration with such a guillotine. Look, I'll put it out, and now have a look. I'll put my finger, and do you think I'm able to penetrate this finger by the guillotine? Let's see. Let's look and see. Oh, you see, I'm afraid already from my own shivering. I'm shivering from my own guillotine, because of course it's dangerous somehow. But look at this. 1, 2, 3, and obviously I got penetrated through this through this guillotine, and my finger is not hurt. Nothing happened to my finger. It was in there and went immediately through this guillotine. Another one. Let's try. Well, let's try this. There's a rope, and I'll use for the next experiment of penetration, I'll use my wedding ring. Now there are basically 3 ways of how to, let me see like this. You have to watch the ends. Now it's working. Okay, there are basically 3 ways of how to get a wedding ring on such a rope. The first one, I'll put it on my left side, put it like this, and now the ring is on the rope. The second method is this one. I put the right end from myself and put the ring on the rope. Now again, the ring is on the rope. Not very interesting still. I think the way you are interested most is the way, if I get through the middle in here, if I get my ring on the rope by going through the middle. And to make it really sure that you can see everyone, I'll have to put the ends into your side. So please watch what I'm doing here, and also watch the end here and here, because I should not go through here or go through here, but really through the middle. But as the method through the middle is very secret, I have to hide it from your view. Magic is always a secret. So I'm doing it under the cover of my magic towel. As you can see, it's really a magic towel. It also has a playing card on it. Still, again, there is my wedding ring and the rope. And now the secret method I'm going to use. It's so secret. I have to hide it from your view. Please watch the ends so that I cannot move the end of the rope out of your sight. Okay, this looks good. I should have done it. So now it's done. Is it really done? Let's have a look. Let's pull it into your sight. Here it is. Here is the ring in the middle of the rope, on the rope. I can see you are not really convinced. This is not the way you thought it has to be. You think I was somehow cheating. That's cheating. That's not the way you want it. You really want it on the rope. Oh, let's see what I can do, or let's see what I have done. So let's open this knot, and indeed,
Bravo, bravo.
ring is on the rope right through the middle. Okay, I think that was enough for today. I spent already more than my time, so perhaps another time we can do some more tricks. At least I say thank you for the moment, for watching me, and I will now be looking forward to watching you again.
Klaus-Peter, thank you very much. It was impressionating. and all people had been very concentrated looking what you are doing. I saw the faces, and I think they would like to do it like you did it, and perhaps someone will now start to learn it. I don't know. But in any way, thank you very much. And I hope you will come back with other tips and tricks. And it's really a magic art. And I think you trained a lot to do it so well. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we will go forward and we will.
Bravo, bravo.
So
it was very, very interesting. Thank you very much, Peter Klaus. It was a very interesting time spent, and I really loved the tricks. It was very nice. Thank you again. And now it will come a contribution from RUSE, from the Union of Pensioners from Bulgaria, a song sung by Donka Velikova. The title of the song is I Love My Neighbor. And I want to share with you the message of this song. The girl tells her mother that she loves her neighbor. When she is at the door of the house, she hears him. When she walks into the yard, she sees him. She wants to marry him. And if her mother does not agree, she will go with him alone to get married. And now I would like to ask Raffaele.
Oh, it's functioning.
Na prag da stăpea čuvam go po dvor da hodja viždam go, iskam go mali za nego da sa oženja. Ako male ne dadeš, ako male ne dadeš, așa mo male pri stana mari negova bulgaša stana. Ego dego, ego dego, ego na, ego dego na.
Oh, thank you to Donka Velikova, who had a nice song about her love. There's a laugh in this song for the neighbor, and it happens. Thank you.
Now we will have the presentation from Sofia, also from Bulgaria, from the capital of Bulgaria. Ivanka Baltova will present us Starchkov Den in Karlovo region, a mummer's game, and she will tell us in Bulgarian, and Emilia Velikova will translate in English. If you can share the screen. Ivanka, you can start in Bulgarian and Emily will translate.
Емилия, при мен е само на английски, не виждам български. Добре, ще започна в другия лаптоп, сина ми сложи. Да. Старчов ден в Карловско, кукирски игри, древен празник на плодородието.
Starchov Den in Karlovo region. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Starchov Den in Karlovo region. Mummer's game, an Asian feast of fertility.
Повечето селища в община Карлово. Повечето селища в община Карлово, кукирите по традиция се наричат старци, а обичаят Старчов ден. Първите писмени данни за обичая в България са от 6 век, а се смята, че началото му е хилядолетия назад. Старчовските игри са предвестници на пролетта и в основата им лежи езическото вярване за умилостивяване или прогонване на злите сили, за здраве и плодородие на хората, добитъка и реколта.
At most of the settlements in Karlovo municipality, the mummers are traditionally called starci grandfathers, and the custom of is therefore known as Starčuvdien, the Day of Grandfathers. The first written records of the custom date back to 6th century. However, it is believed that it originated thousands of years ago. Starčuvski games are spring harbingers and are based on the pagan belief in the appeasement or expulsion of evil forces for the health and fertility of people, livestock, and crops.
Кукерски групи източно от Карлово. 7 са селищата на изток от Карлово, които имат много сходни костюми.
Mummers group east to Karlovo, 7 settlements located east to Karlovo have very similar customs. Now I'll show pictures.
Гледате в момента кукерската група от Сушица.
This is the mummers group of village Sushica.
Това е колектива от Соколица.
This is the mummers group of the village Sokolica.
Следващия колектив е от село Васил Левски.
This is a group from the village Vasil Levski.
Следващия колектив е от село Домлян.
Domlen. This is mummers group of the village Domlem. You can see very beautiful hats and masks.
Следващата група е от Калофер.
This group is from the town of Kalofer.
Една от снимките виждате и съпровождащия гайдарски колектив и Козела, който също е характерен за колектива на Калофер.
Това е символа на Калофер, така ли?
Не. В самата група Козела 2 козли играят.
Sorry. There is special animal, goat, как?
Козел.
Goat. Goat of this, the symbol of this group.
Следващата група е от град Баня.
This is a mummer group of the town of Banya.
И този колектив е от Горни Домлян, село Горни Домлян.
Да. This group is from the village of Горни Домлян.
А това са следващите кукерски групи, които се намират западно от Карлово. Селата, които са на запад от Карлово с кукерски колективи са 5. Костюмите им са колоритни и малко си приличат един.
Mummers groups west to Karlovo. The villages located west to Karlovo have 5 mummers groups. Their customs are colorful and similar to each other.
Първия колектив е от село Войнягово.
This is group from the village Войнягово.
При тях е характерно в играта им имат камшици. По средата едното от момчетата държи камшик.
Еми това няма да го превеждам.
Добре.
Не се вижда.
Просто да.
Да, не се вижда.
Добре. Следващия колектив е от село Климент.
This is from the village Климент.
Следващия колектив е от село Каравелово. След малко моите племенници участват в тази група и ще ви демонстрираме танца на каравеловския колектив.
This group is from the village Karavelovo, and Твоите внуци, нали така?
Племеници. На сестра ми са внуци.
And the nephews of Ivanka they are members of this group and have got special costumes. So they will present these costumes after some minutes.
Следващия колектив е от село Дъбене.
This is from the village Dublin. You can see many bells around people.
Да, много тежки, да. Следващия колектив, последен в тази част на района ни е Столетово.
This is group from the village Stoletovo. These bells are very heavy.
И така, Старчов ден на сирни заговезни в много селища раздрънкват звънците. Това са хлопки или тучове в понеделник, сряда и петък на седмицата преди Сирница, която винаги е 7 седмици преди Великден. Кулминацията на Старчов ден е в неделя Сиропусна.
Старчов ден on сирни заговезни. In many villages, the bells ding on Monday, Wednesday and Friday of the week before Sirnica, which is always 7 weeks before Easter. The culmination of Starchov den is on Siropusna, Sunday.
Традиционните старчовски обичаи са изключително мъжки. В тях участват винаги ергени и млади женени мъже. Освен това, мъжкото участие има и магическо значение, тъй като произходът на тези игри е в така наречените фалически шествия, съдържащи оплодителна символика. Днес вече участват жени и деца в тези.
The traditional Starchovski custom is predominantly male. Bachelors and young married men always take part. Besides, the male participation has a magical meaning, as the origin of these games is in the so-called phallic processions, including a fertilizing symbolism. Nowadays, both women and children are participating.
Съществуват два типа кукерски маски. На този слайд виждате типичните кукери.
Usually there are two types of mummers masks. This is the first one, typical mummers.
Има и други маскирани, които не са организирани. Те сами решават какво и как да представят. И в повечето случаи втората група маскирани включва по-негативни персонажи, представени в сатирична светлина.
Other masks who are not organized, they decide for themselves what and how to present. In most cases, the second mask group includes mainly negative characters presented in a satirical light.
Истински кукерски празник в Карлово. Ежегодно в съботата преди Сирната неделя се организира Общинския кукерски празник в Карлово. В него участват всички кукерски групи от общината, които желаят, както и по някои от гостуващи кукерски групи от друг край на България.
Every year on the Saturday before Sirni Sunday, a municipality mummers festival is organized in Karlovo. I have to remark that Ivanka is from Karlovo, not from Sofia. All mummers groups from the municipality participate, as well as some visiting from other regions in Bulgaria.
Вечерта на сирни заговезни във всяко селище традиционно завършва деня с празнична трапеза. Традиционни ястия са полети яйца, баница, млин, пита, тиквеник, варено жито, варено и червено цвекло, царевица, а в по-ново време слагат и печена кокошка. В наше време на трапезата слагат и много други ястия.
On the eve of Sirni Zagovezni, in each village the day traditionally ends with a festive meal. The traditional meals include bird eggs, banica, mlin, pie, banitsa with pumpkin, boiled wheat, boiled red beets, corn. Nowadays, a roasted hen is added and many other dishes as well.
Да, в следващия слайд ще видите ястия, които са участвали в такъв конкурс в град Карлово.
You can see on this slide the typical dishes for sirnica which were presented in a competition in Karlovo.
А във всеки дом вземат и прошка от по-старите и правят хамкане за децата. Това е традиционна игра за гонене и хващане с уста на парче бяла халва. А в някои селища палят огньови по улиците или на околните хълмове.
It is a pity that there is not a picture about this. In each home, they ask and receive forgiveness from the elderly and organize hamking for the kids, a traditional game for kids where they chase and catch a piece of white halva with their mouth. At some settlements, are lit on the streets or on the surrounding hills.
И сега ще отворим вратата, за да видите танца на нашите куки.
Now they will present the dance of mummers of these young boys, two young boys. So you can look. Bravo, bravo, bravo. The main idea is to be how high sound and to take off many evil. Thank you very much, Ivanka. Благодаря, благодаря. It was very interesting. Thank you. Congratulations.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
Bravo, Ivanka. Can you tell us his name so we can salute him?
Кажи имената на двете деца.
Това е Мартин, а по-големия се казва Иван.
Martin and Ivan has got her name. Martin and the bigger one is Ivan.
Bravo, bravo.
Bravo, bravo,
Congratulations.
Втори клас, а Иван е в 6-ти клас.
Martin is the second grade and Ivan is 6th grade.
Fine.
So thank you to
you are training all weeks. How it function? How they are trained, Emily? Can you ask them?
Как ги обучавате, за да танцуват по този начин? Те се учат един от друг или как?
Обучават се в колектива. Някъде към 40-50 души са на всички възрасти. Имаме и още по-малки в колектива и много по-възрастни хора. И така, преди участия, защото някога само на сирни задове играеха, но сега ги включват в други конкурси и празници в цяла България. Даже и в чужбина имат участие в Гърция преди няколко години. Ваню и Марти не са участвали, но другия колектив беше в Гърция.
The Mummers group includes about 50 persons, 50 participants from every age, and they have got presentation or performance in Bulgaria, in many towns and villages, take part in competitions, and also visited some festivals in Greece.
And they start very early, if I see well.
Започнали са много отрано да се учат.
Да.
Thank you, Ivanka, and thank you to the two boys. It was very interesting for all of us.
Беше много интересно. Благодаря. Браво на децата. Браво!
So we had the opportunity to learn about a very nice tradition from Bulgaria. It was indeed very, very nice. And I can say that after the presentation, I have a big appetite for banica with pumpkin. After that, maybe I will try. Thank you. And now we would like to ask you some questions, a small survey.
Yes, we are always discussing with some of the participants, and we would like to ask you about two things. Do you like the presentation of each person at the beginning, or do you think it's too long to start? Because some says, oh, it's so nice, and so I see friends and I see new friends. I like it really, and others say, oh, it's so long every time. So the first question will be, do you like it or not? And you have just, Raphael will make us show the survey. You have just to click yes or no. And I hope the translators can explain how it functions. Raphael, it's possible. And then, yes, you see, do you like that all participants have the opportunity to introduce themselves at the beginning of the session? Yes or no. If you like it, click on yes. If you don't like it because it seems too long for you, click on no.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. I hope you had clicked and that we can see later. And we have a second question. Now it's summertime and we are starting at 6 o'clock German time. That means 7 o'clock in Bulgaria, Romania and others, and 5 o'clock in Great Britain. There had been a proposal to start 30 minutes later or 1 hour later to take profit of this nice summer weather. But others say, oh, we prefer that we start at 6 o'clock as we do it now. It is good. And so please click if you prefer that we start in the future 1 hour later or 30 minutes later, or if you prefer that the time is as it is now, that it's good at 6 o'clock German time, 7 in others, and or yes, in most of the others, or 5th in Great Britain. Click please and let us know. And Raphael, do you see that we have answers? Raphael? Hello.
Oh. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, I was just saying that 80% have replied already. So maybe we wait another minute.
80%, so we wait for 10 others at least, so that we have 90%. We are not so a big group this evening, but nevertheless, you would have some idea about, and you can train how to apply a survey.
Ами, вие си, Христина, какво мислите по повод?
Let us see is the answer.
We have 91%, so 30 participants.
Very fine. 91%. That's very fine for themselves.
На първия имам втори, на втори имам средния 1 час.
Добре, чакай, тихичко. Затвори.
Готова съм.
It just perhaps some more impressions than only speaking for one or two persons. So, Raphael, let us see. So how it comes. You see that 85% of the persons who gave response likes that all participants have the opportunity to introduce themselves at the beginning of the session. But there are also a small group who would prefer not to do it. But a big number is for continuing to present ourselves in the evening. At the beginning, perhaps you have some idea if we do it, if we can change a little bit for to give more new input on doing it. The second one was about the hour, and so we have different answers. Mostly it's 50% for 1 hour later, but 41 say no, the time is good now, and 9% said, oh, 30 minutes later. So we have to reflect what to do. But thank you very much for your opinion, for your personal vote, and the team, the international coordinator team, will reflect how we can react. And now, last not least, you will have a very nice Romanian song from Lucia Popova. It's also, if I know well, a song about love, but perhaps, Anna, you can explain a little bit the content.
Yes, of course. I want to say that Lucia Elena Popa is a member of the Writers League Timișoara. She is a teacher of Romanian language, and she will sing for us Romanian romanța, which is a musical genre related to fado. For Lucia, this song is very important because she learned it from her parents. Her parents sang this song, and I want to tell you to quote some lyrics. Give me the letters back. After as many obstacles as they put in our way, we have not been united forever. Our dreams are all over. You had to leave. And now I give the floor to Lucia. Microfonul, doamna Lucia?
Se aude?
Da.
După atâtea piedici câte ni s-au pus, nu ne-am unit pe veci, visurile noastre toate au apus, că a trebuit să pleci. Chinul despărțirii este mult mai greu, când știu că te-am pierdut. Dacă astăzi altul e în locul meu, poate chiar tu ai vrut. Dar speranțele s-au spulberat și-ți cer îndurerat să-mi dai scrisorile înapoi, să mi le dai acum. Din tot ce-a fost ieri între noi, vreau să rămână scrum. Dar chipul meu îl poți purta în gând, de mine îți va aminti din când în când. Și de ți-am fost vreodată drag, chiar vag, trimite-mi câte un pribeag, măcar în gând. Să-mi dai scrisorile înapoi, fără niciun suspin. Ne-a fost să avem noi amândoi același trist destin. Mulțumesc!
Bravo, Doamna Lucia, congratulations. It was a very nice Romanian
Bravo, bravo.
song. I hope you enjoy it. For us, it's a very attached to our soul, this type of music. I want to thank you. Also,
Thank you, Lucia, also from my part, and it was very nice.
Thank you.
We are coming to the end of this very exciting session, but I would just like to give you some news. You know that we are very involved in cultural treasures and especially in personal cultural treasures. And we just started a new thing. It is Kodanek Youth. I don't know, is Tomislav coming back? He had problems.
I'm here.
So perhaps you can explain in some words what you and the international group of very nice students coming from 5 different countries reflected and prepared for this competition, Kodanek Youth.
Yes, thank you, Carmen. Well, as Carmen said, international group of 5 different countries and people from it got the idea to prepare a competition in a personal culture treasure for young people on social networks. And because of that, we create 2 pages on Instagram and Facebook. So everyone can find there every contribution. It's Kodanek Youth, and we will receive everything there and put on the Kodanek website so everyone can see. Also, it's very important to spread this call, and I ask you to share it. And I think that it's very important to know each other culture and to young people to know culture of different countries and different nations. So that will be a short presentation of the competition. Everyone can choose whatever they want to show. Dance, something that grandparents told or taught him or her. Also tradition, costumes, everything is involved. And it's interesting because that was first international project for all of us who create this, and we have fun.
Thank you, Tomislav. Thank you. Just to make you known that they started with a live stream last Thursday. It was very exciting, and they presented in a very nice way the project, the competition, but also personal cultural treasures. And you can click in the website and you will see this presentation, this live stream, but you will have also more information about, and we ask you, the youngers, to participate, and the older persons between us to say it to grandchildren or neighbors, youth neighbors, and so on, that we have a lot of contributions from the part of younger people concerning cultural treasures in all our countries. Thank you, Tomislav. Thank you,
Carmen.
To the group. And now thank you to all of you. Ottilia wrote in the just in the chat, Kodanek.eu youth and youth competition, and you will have more information, and we will come back to this very nice cooperation with younger people. And we had been delighted really that they developed so a lot of ideas, and it's to make a bridge also between them and all of us. And this is very good and very hopefully perspective we have in our also for our sessions. Thanks to all who have contributed this evening. It was a very nice evening. Thank you to all for coming. Thank you as every time for the translators. It's very helpful that you give us the support, language support, that all can understand what we are doing. And thanks a lot also to Raphael for the techniques. And I hope you will have a very good evening and a very good week. Keep healthy. And I say thanks to Anna for coordinating with Eloy together this wonderful evening. And I hope that you feel well now, and it's well done. And thanks you once more, and up to you to say goodbye.
I hope that you all had an interesting and wonderful time.
Goodbye.
All the best to all. Thank you.